everyone, and welcome to class. If it's your first time joining me for yoga, my name is Mimi, and I'm really excited to be here with you. This class will be pretty slow and gentle and hopefully accessible no matter where you are in your yoga practice, whether you're just starting out and you're pretty new or you've been doing it for a little while. And so you don't really need much of anything for class. But if you have a pillow or a cushion, you might find that useful. I'm sitting on one now. So it might be useful for sitting on, it might be useful when you're lying down to have behind your head. And also, I'm going to ask that you get some sort of strap. So this is an official yoga strap, but you can make some sort of makeshift strap out of a bunch of different things. So you could use a scarf, you could use a belt. Yeah, those are probably the two options. So if you could go grab yourself either a scarf or a belt, like just a regular old belt that you would put around your waist. And I'll give folks a moment to do that. And once you come back, go ahead and find your way into a comfortable seat. So we're going to start seated today. A lot of times I start our classes on our back. Today we'll start seated. We'll start upright because we'll do a long sequence on our backs towards the end of class. So once you come back after getting your strap, go ahead and find a way to sit that your body feels comfortable and relaxed. And if you feel okay closing your eyes, go ahead and do that now. If closing your eyes feels weird or uncomfortable in any way, no need. You can just cast your eyes downward or come into a more softly focused vision. And relaxing your hands on your lap, you could have them resting palm up or palm down, whatever feels most attractive to you. And then just take a few breaths. So let's begin this together. So as you inhale, go ahead and draw your shoulders up towards your ears, squeezing everything and holding your breath in for just a moment. And then as you exhale, let the shoulders drop down with a sigh. And then do it again. You're going to squeeze your shoulders up towards your ears as you take a big inhale. And then as you exhale, just drop them down. And let's do it one last time. So draw the shoulders up towards your ears. Squeeze them as you hold your breath in. One more moment. Exhale, let the shoulders drop. And then notice how you feel with just that simple action, concentrating on your movements and your breath. Maybe a little bit of the tension that you've been carrying around with you slipping away. And then that was a kind of exaggerated dramatic breath. Now just coming into some awareness of your breath, and you want to make it bigger and you want to make it fuller, but without all the dramatics of that shoulder lifting and holding it in. So just go ahead and draw the breath in a little bit fuller than you typically would throughout your day. And then let it go. Again, maybe more fully or completely than you typically would throughout your day. And then bringing a hand to the center of your heart and a hand to your belly to guide you so that you can feel that breath moving in and out. There's this lift of the chest, a filling of the belly, and then an exhale and relaxing. And continue in that way for just a few more moments. So we want to take some time at the beginning of our class to just begin to set aside this time as something special. So using your practice as an opportunity to step outside the regular routine of your life or whatever's bothering you, whatever's weighing on your heart, whatever's weighing on your mind, and create this sacred space where focusing on yourself and your well being is the most important thing in the world and your singular focus. And trying your best not to be distracted by anything else going on in your home or in your life. And then go ahead and join your palms together right at your heart center. So making hands in a prayer shape, and you can open your eyes. And so we're going to begin a little bit of movement. So you're going to inhale and bring your hands up through the center. And then exhale, turn your palms out and float them all the way down to touch on either side. And then inhale, sweep your arms up. And join your palms, exhale, and join them in at your heart. And then one last time, inhale, sweeping the arms up. And exhale, and let them come down on either side. And then inhale, reach them up. And exhale, draw them in. Good. You're going to relax your hands down and bring your right palm to the floor. And you can bring your left palm to your hip. Okay. And then roll that left shoulder back and try to keep it back. And begin to slide that right hand away from you. And as you do that, notice what's happening in that left hip. So if that left hip is sliding up off the floor, maybe that's a sign that you want to back that right hand up. So keep that left hip rooted on the floor, and then reach your left arm up. Begin to bend into that right elbow and come into a side stretch. Take another moment here. And then inhale and come on up. And we're just going to switch it to the other side. So you're going to take your right hand to your hip. You're going to bring that left palm to the floor. And you're going to begin to slide that hand away from you. So you begin to feel the side waist open. And then notice what's going on in your right hip. If it's beginning to lift up off the floor, maybe you back that palm up a little bit. Press into that palm and rock into your right hip. And then bring your right arm up and begin to soften into that left elbow and come into your side bend. All right, and come on up. We're going to bring our hands to the floor behind us. And then open your feet. So you're bending your knees, soles of the feet are on the floor, and just swing your legs from side to side. So we've been sitting cross-legged for a little while now, just swinging the legs and loosening up the hips a little bit. All right, and then you're sitting on the cushion, you came up, scoot yourself back on, and we'll recross our legs, sitting up nice and tall. And then go ahead and float your arms up overhead again. And then as you exhale, you're going to draw your elbows down and squeeze your upper back together. And then inhale, reach up. Palms can face each other as you do that. And then exhale, pull down with some resistance, squeeze the upper back together. And then one more time, reach your arms up. And then go ahead and squeeze in the upper back. And then let off on that a little bit and come into more of a relaxed goalpost shape. You're going to begin to twist to the right. And before you begin to twist, I want to try to urge you to not have the twist be led with your arms. So see if you can sit up nice and tall and begin to twist from the belly. So twisting to the right, twisting to the right, twisting to the right, as far as you can without the use of your hands. And then lower your hands down. So the right hand coming behind you, left hand coming across the thigh. And now you can put a little pressure in your palms to bring you into a deeper twist. Take another breath here. And then unwind to the front. We're going to sweep our arms up. And again, that back strengthening exercise, you're going to exhale, squeeze in the upper back as you draw the arms down. And then reach back up. And then exhale, squeeze in the upper back as you draw the elbows down. And reach back up. One last time, squeezing in the upper back. Good. And then relax it so you're in this goalpost shape and using your oblique muscles. So the muscles on the side of your abdomen begin to twist, 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 twist. And then lower the hands down into place. Use your fingertips to draw you into a deeper twist. One more moment. Good. And then release. So we're going to come from here to a downward facing dog. I'm taking off my socks. If you've got socks on, you might want to do the same so that you don't slip as we begin to come to our feet. So go ahead and come to hands and knees, and then tuck your toes under and lift your hips up and back. Then you can begin to pedal your feet and rock your hips from side to side. Spread your palms nice and wide. And just stretch out the whole back body. And then begin to walk your hands and feet towards one another. And you'll soften your knees a whole bunch and let the upper body hang down over your thighs. And we're just going to stay here for a moment. You'll have some time to settle into a deeper forward fold in a little bit. For now, go ahead and press into your feet. Sweep your arms high and wide. Come all the way up to standing. And then draw your hands together right at the center of your heart. And then release them. So you've got a hand on your heart and a hand on your belly. The soles of your feet are spread wide. And close your eyes. Take a moment here. Feeling the strength of your legs, their connection to the earth. And then release both hands to your thighs. You can open your feet a little bit wider. Or do kind of a full body cat-cow or a series of movements to open up the spine. All right, so with your hands on your thighs, loop your shoulders back. And then lean back and open up the heart and the chest. And then sit your hips way back and just round down over your thighs and let everything go. And then inhale, push into your feet. Let your hands slide up your legs, loop your shoulders back, roll back. Maybe you even reach your arms back. And then go ahead and roll down. So I'm going to turn sideways so you can see a little bit more clearly what's going on with my body in case it wasn't clear from the front view. Few more rounds. And the next time you find yourself bowed forward, go ahead and stay. So you can soften your knees and just let the upper body drape down over the thighs. Can be a little bit of sway, a little bit of motion side to side. Few more moments here. And then roll your way up. All right. If you're not facing that short end of your mat, you're going to go ahead and step up to that right now. And with your feet about hips width distance apart, bring your hands to your hips and step your left foot back. Good. Can squiggle that right foot forward or a little bit wider so that you feel stable. And then bend into that right knee and lift your arms up. Hold here for a couple of breaths. Notice if you're gripping your mat or the floor with your toes. See if you can loosen them. And then hands are going to come to your hips. Straighten your front leg. Reach up through the crown of your head. And then bow your way forward. Your hands can simply slide down your leg and you might hold on to your ankle. Or you might be able to bring your fingertips or even your palms to the floor. Take a couple breaths here. Another moment. Good. And then bend into your right knee. Bring your hands to your hips. And step yourself up. Good. We're going to do the other side. So you're stepping backwards with that right foot this time. And then take some time and lengthen your stance. Turn your hips towards the front of your mat and bend your front knee, coming into warrior one. And let your arms rise. Good. Couple more moments here. Maybe you sink in a little bit deeper. And then hands to your hips, press into your feet, reach through the crown of your head, and we'll bow. So bowing forward and letting your fingertips come to the floor inside your foot or holding onto your ankle. Take one more moment. And then rebend that knee. Bring your hands to your hips. And you're going to do a big step up. Good. All right, you can stay where you are, right at the top of your mat. And do a little bit of balance here. So inhale, rocking up to the balls of your feet. Reach your arms up overhead. And then exhale and lower down. A few more times. Inhale, rocking up. Exhale and lower down. And just keep going. Flowing with your breath. Next time you rise, see if you can stay high up on the balls of your feet, shoulders relaxed, jaw relaxed. One more breath. Lower your heels, circle your hands into your heart. Take a big breath in through your nose. And sigh it out. Yeah. Relax your arms down. So at the beginning of class, I asked folks to grab some sort of strap, so a belt or a scarf, If you joined us a little bit late and you didn't hear that, go ahead and grab yourself something. So, really, any type of scarf will do, or if you've got a belt or a strap that you use to tie something else up, go ahead and grab it. And you can just hold that in either hand, coming back to the very front of your mat, like we just did a couple of minutes ago. Now bring your hands to your hips and step your left foot back. Good. This time, you're going to keep both legs straight for now. And go ahead and grab that strap behind you. So you're taking hold one side of the strap in each hand. Have your hands about hips width distance apart. Bend into your right knee and then stretch that strap down towards your back heel. Draw your shoulder blades together. Maybe you even come into a little bit of a back bend. Good. And then straighten your front leg, relax your shoulders, take a breath in, and release. Okay. We're going to come in again, and you've got the choice to do that. So bending your front knee, everybody. Stretching your knuckles down, lifting through the heart. You might stay right here, or you might begin to bow forward and take that strap up and over your head. You can try to sneak your chest to the inside of that right thigh. Take another moment. And then lower your hands. Lift your chest. And step your foot up. All right. And we'll check it out on the other side. So you can release the strap for just a moment as you step back with that right foot. Make sure that your feet are a little bit wide. Take the strap behind you. And then stretch your knuckles down. Draw your shoulder blades together and lift the heart. So a little bit of a back bend here. Chin might lift, throat open. And then straighten your front leg and let everything relax. All right. And then again, bend the front knee, stretch your knuckles back, lift the heart, lift the chest. And then begin to bow to that inside of your leg. Let your arms come up and over. Take another moment. And then lower your hands. Lift your heart and step forward. Good. All righty. We're going to use the strap a little bit more while we're standing. So go ahead and take the strap in your hands. You're going to have your arms straight in front of you. And then open your hands about as wide as you can with some tension on the straps. So you want to pull side to side and have there be tension on the strap. Good. Drop all your weight into your right foot. Keep it there, but just set your left toes off to the side. Good. Keep the weight on your right foot. Bring your arms up overhead. And then begin to pull with that left arm and reach up and over. Good. Feel that stretch to the waist, the ribs. One more moment. And then come on up and step your feet together and lower your strap down. Take your shoulders in a couple of circles backwards. And take your shoulders in a couple circles forward. All right, and then we'll go to the other side. So dropping your weight into your left foot, take your right foot and just step it out to the side. So you're just barely on your toe. Pull on the strap so it's taut and lift it up overhead. Okay. And then pulling with your right hand, begin to arc over to the right. Take one more moment here. And come on up. Step your feet together. Lower the strap down. And then again, a couple shoulder rolls backwards. And a couple shoulder rolls forward. Okay, you can set the strap aside. We'll use it again when we're on the floor. Turn to face one of the long edges of your mat. And then open your feet pretty wide. So about the distance of one of your legs. All right. And then bringing hands to your hips, go ahead and turn your right toes towards one of the short edges of your mat. With your hands on your hips, you're going to bend that right knee and straighten. And bend that right knee and straighten. And this time, bending your right knee, maybe settling in a little bit deeper. Reach your arms out and settle into warrior two. Gazes out over that right middle finger. One more breath. And then straighten your front leg. Bring your hands to your hips. You might move your legs just a little bit closer for stability. Reach that right arm up and lean back. Keep lifting up and out of the side waist. And then we'll begin to transfer our weight forward, reaching like you're reaching out for something or to shake someone's hand. And then lower your arm down. It can rest on your leg and stack that left arm on top. One more breath. Good. Come on up. Then turn to the side of your mat and step your feet together one more time. Coming up into a balance similar to what we did before on the balls of our feet. This time, interlace your fingers. You're going to stretch your palms forward, reach them up overhead, and then rise up to the balls of your feet to hold. Lower the heels, lower your arms. And take a big breath in and let it go. Open your feet nice and wide. Hands on your hips. Swivel that left foot towards the front edge of the mat or the short edge of your mat. And then turn your right toes a little bit in. Hands stay on the hips. Go ahead and bend. And straighten. And bend. And straighten. And then go ahead and bend to hold. And bring your arms out. Look out over that left middle finger. One more breath. Good. Hands to your hips. Go ahead and straighten your front leg. Again, you might find it useful to just step your feet in a little bit closer for your triangle. Reach your left arm up, lean back. And then come on up. You're going to lean forward and then lower that hand down. Open up the chest and stack the arm on top. Take another moment. And rise. Good. This time, keeping your feet wide, go ahead and swivel to the side of your mat. Hands to your hips. Inhale. Excuse me. Press into your feet. Lift through the crown of your head. And then bow your way forward. Let your fingertips come to the floor. Some of you might find that widening your feet makes that a little bit easier, so it drops you lower to the floor. Even bend your knees. That's another way to maybe access this that might feel a little bit challenging. So turn your toes out, and we're just going to begin to bend side to side. So bending into your right knee, take a peek at your left toes, and bending into your left knee, take a peek at your right toes. And just go back and forth like that, side to side. Good. And then coming towards the center, hands on your hips, swing your heart forward. Come on up to stand. Step your feet together and just turn to face one of the short ends of your mat, facing the front. We're going to do a few half sun salutations and travel our way back to the floor. So hands are at your heart. Inhale, sweep your arms up. And exhale, bow your way down. Inhale, hands come to the center of the shins. Exhale and bow. Inhale, draw up, arms reach. And exhale to heart center. And again, inhale, let the arms sweep up. And exhale, dive all the way down. Inhale, extend the head, draw the shoulders back. Exhale, and hold. Inhale, sweep the arms high and wide. And exhale to the heart. Inhale, this last one, sweeping up. Exhale and bow. Inhale, press. And then bring your hands to the floor and walk yourself back to a downward facing dog. Spread your palms. Wobble your hips. Take a few moments. And then tap your knees to the floor. And we're going to come to a child's pose. So bringing big toes together and knees apart, you can sit your hips back. And bow your forehead down. Take a few moments. And then slide down to your belly. And once you come to your belly, go ahead and just fold your hands underneath your forehead. Settle your pelvis and your hips and your legs to the floor. We're going to do a similar gesture as we did at the beginning of class when we were seated to strengthen the upper back. So keeping your head glued to your hands, keeping your legs and the lower limbs of the body on the floor, you're going to lift your chest up and then draw the elbows back in that same position we did seated. And then bring your hands back under your head and lower down. And let's do that 4 more times. So lift the chest, swim the arms back, bring them under your head and lower down. And we'll do it for 3. And 2. And 1. And when you finish your last one, you might bend your knees so your feet stick up in the air. And just let Your legs swing from side to side. Straighten your legs out and then draw your hands into a cobra shape. So like a push-up shape. Elbows are sticking up, drawing in along the side body. And you've got two choices here. So you can work on strengthening the back, loop your shoulders back. Don't press into your hands, but lift your heart, staying low for a baby cobra, working the muscles in the back of the body. Or some of you might slide your hands forward and push up into a bigger back bend, either a higher cobra or what some people call seal pose. If you've come up into a higher shape, see if you can relax the belly towards the floor, relax the pelvis towards the floor. Take another couple breaths wherever you're at. And then slowly lower your way down. Hands under the shoulders. Push to a tabletop. And then once again to a child's pose. Just bringing the hips back to the heels for a couple moments rest. And then finding your strap again, or your scarf or belt. We're going to come on to our backs. Have that strap nearby. We don't use it quite yet. And go ahead. Once you come onto your back, you can pick up your feet and squeeze your knees in for a moment. Just squeezing them in towards the belly, maybe rocking a little bit from side to side. And then lower your feet to the floor and have your heels fairly close in towards your behind. Lower your arms by your side. And we're going to press on up into a bridge pose. So we'll do it 2 times, pulsing, and then we'll come up on the third one to stay. So go ahead and push into your feet. Maybe you don't lift yourself to your fullest capacity, but you bring that backside up off the floor. And then slowly lower down. And once again, go ahead and push into the feet. Let the back body lift up off the floor, any amount. And then slowly you lower down. Whole weight of the body sinking. And then one last time, go ahead and push into your feet. This time it's to stay. So give it your all. You can hold on to the sides of your mat and nestle your shoulders under. Some of you might reach underneath you and interlace your fingers, stretching them towards your heels. Lift up just a little bit higher. And then lower down. And bring your knees in. Rock some side to side. And then just a little bit of core work here. So you're going to relax your arms by your side, but keep your knees in at your belly. And then reach your knees forward a little bit. So kind of like a tabletop shape or right angles with your legs. And as you've done that, you might have felt your lower back really begin to arch up off the floor. And see if you can engage your lower abdominals and rock your pelvis back and seal your lower back to the floor. And then maybe let that go and feel that arch. And then squeeze your lower back to the floor, engaging those abdominals, and keep your back in that position. Good. Keep your legs at the same angle. Don't bend your knee any deeper. And then tap your right foot to the floor and bring it back. And tap your left foot to the floor and bring it back. And then just go back and forth like that. One foot following the other, noticing what's going on with your lower back. Anytime that your lower back is beginning to peel up off the floor, pause for a moment, engage belly to spine, and press the lower back down. And go ahead and do 2 more on each side for a total of 4. And you'll probably feel this in your core, but maybe also in your quadriceps and the fronts of your thighs as well. Your fronts of your hips, sorry, your quadriceps are the fronts of your thighs. And then squeeze your knees in towards your belly. Lower your feet down. Have them at that hips width distance, close in towards your behind so your fingers can touch your heels. And we'll come into our bridge pose again. So pressing into your feet, lifting the pelvis up, nestling the shoulders underneath you. Keep pushing and lifting and opening. One more breath. And then begin to lower the body down. Hug your knees in towards your belly. A little bit of rocking back and forth. And then lower your feet to the floor. Good. Go ahead and find your strap. And see if you can slip the strap underneath both your feet and send your feet straight up to the ceiling. Hopefully your strap or your belt, whatever you're using, is long enough to do that. Good. And if you feel your behind or your tailbone really lifting up off the floor, go ahead and soften your knees a little bit and bring them slightly forward. If your legs are really far forward, putting strain on your lower back, bend your knees a little bit more and draw your lower back so it's more secure on the floor. And then slip your right foot out of the strap and reach it straight up to the ceiling. So both feet reaching towards the ceiling, one in the strap and one not. And then reaching forward with that right heel, begin to lower that leg towards the floor so that it's just hovering, not quite on the floor. Reach through your heel. And then bring that leg up and slip it in the strap. And then with the other leg, slip it out of your strap. Reaching for your heel, begin to lower it down towards the floor. Have it hover, reach through your heel. And then bring it back up. And slip it in the strap. And then slipping that right foot out again. We're going to reach through the heel, float your leg down. Have it hover, almost touching the floor. Reach through your heel. And then float it back up, only this time bend your knee and drop your foot to the floor. Take both sides of the strap into your left hand. You're going to let your right knee fall out. So you might walk your foot in a little bit and then begin to let that left leg open out to the side. any amount, using your strap as guidance. Couple more breaths. And even using the breath as a tool if this is feeling really challenging for you. Let your breath help to bolster your resilience so you can hold a little bit more. And then inhale the leg up. Bring your knee so it points straight up. And then take the strap in both hands. Stretch your right leg long and then float it straight up and slip it in the strap. Good. Unhook your left leg. Float it down towards the floor so that it's barely touching or even hovering an inch or two. And then bring that leg straight up and drop the foot to the floor. And take both sides of the strap into your right hand. Begin to let the left knee fall outward. And take that right leg in the opposite direction. And if you feel yourself toppling over, see if the hands on that left side can help bring you back to a more centered quality, a more balanced quality. And then everything comes up to the center and slip the strap off of your right foot. Set the strap aside. We're done with it. And then just reach your arms overhead, stretch your legs long, take a big breath. And then gather your knees in at your belly. One more time. Little rock back and forth. And then bringing your feet to the floor, take your left ankle and cross it over your right thigh. Now, some of you actually might find your strap useful here. So if you can, you're going to pick that right foot up off the floor and try to catch behind your thigh with your hands. If you could use your strap. So you can thread that strap behind your thigh and then use the pull of the strap to bring your legs closer in. Take a few moments. Another couple breaths. One more moment. And then lower down. If you were using the strap, then set it aside. Walk your right foot over to the right and let your legs fall down to the left. Arms can go out in a big T. Breath is soft and sweet, helping to sustain you as you hold another few moments. And then inhale, come on up. Uncross your legs, both feet on the floor, hands on your belly. Take a moment to pause. And then we'll take it on the other side. So you could cross your right ankle over your thigh. You can stay like this. You can pick up your feet and maybe catch behind your thigh, or some of you might decide that using a strap behind your thigh is the way to go. Take a few moments. Gently guiding the legs closer in. And then lower your left foot to the floor. Walk that foot over to the left and let your legs fall down and over to the right. Let your legs have this kind of weighty quality sinking to the floor as they yield to gravity. And then inhale the legs back up. Uncross the legs. Now draw your knees in towards your belly one last time, little rocking back and forth. And then lower your feet to the floor. Hands might come to your belly or rest by your side. And we're coming into Shavasana. So at this point in your yoga class, this is a time for rest. So you can put a pillow behind your head or behind your legs. Your knees can be bent or straighten along the floor. Hands might stay on your belly or relax by your side. You're just taking some time to allow the body to rest and digest everything that you've offered it over the course of this hour. And we'll stay like this for a couple of minutes. And if you find this stillness to be challenging, then I especially encourage you to place your hands on your belly so that you can feel more connected to your body and use that flow of your breath, that simple in and out inhalation followed by exhalation as something to focus on. Just about another minute here. And then slowly begin to deepen your breath. You can stretch your arms overhead, open your mouth, let out a big sigh or a yawn if you'd like. Eventually, you might bring your knees in towards your belly, giving them a squeeze one last time, helping to open up the lower back. And then roll yourself up in either direction and ease your way up to a seated position. And once you've come up to a seat, go ahead and adjust yourself, make yourself comfortable. Bring your hands to your lap, close your eyes, and just take a few moments to notice and feel. Noting how you feel different in this moment than when you first came to your mat. Hopefully, a little more open, a little more calm in both the body and the mind. And then join your palms together right at the center of your heart. You can take the thumbs right into your breastbone, touching them into your heart center as a reminder to live a life guided by your heart, guided by love. And then we'll take a moment just to bow in gratitude to having the opportunity to spend this hour taking care of ourselves. So just bowing in honor of that. And thank you all for your practice this evening or whenever you're doing this. And I will see you in a couple weeks. So we have yoga classes on the second and the fourth Wednesday of every month. So hopefully I'll see you again before the end of the year. Have a great night.